but why am I recording at 2 in the morning? I don't really know, and I don't really give a damn. Because I'm hungry. So, yeah. This is about to talk to you with the ice cream in my hand. I'm expecting my cat to follow me here in a moment. Because he saw me downstairs. That's who I was waving at, a cat. He's such a sweet kitty. So I want to make news noted that I might now be seeing somebody. So I'm going to tell you a secret. You're a cutie potato, and I'm happy. It's almost been a month. Yeah, it's almost been a month since we've been together. So congratulations to me for finally almost after a year to having a boyfriend. That's just been a year, I think. Yay! It's embarrassing. But, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't get any sprinkles on my bed. It's so good! I love Blue Bunny's, mini swirls, birthday party mini swirls. Yum. Sadly, there's only one left, though, in the back in the kitchen. Whoever's else is eating my ice cream, I'm gonna be angry. I think actually, I think it's vanilla. Actually, no. I think it's a birthday cake. But like ice cream though. It's so good. You can see the blue in it. So, yay! I mean, because after all, Bluebell, they're now making their ice cream again, but it's gonna take a while. That Blue Bunny is actually, yeah, it's called the Blue Bunny. Bluebell, Blue Bunny, almost related? I don't know. I'm not complaining. Like, no one hardly online when I'm doing stuff. And part of my mouth, I look like a vampire. An actually scarred vampire. Oh. Sorry. Haven't had this one in a while. So, sorry I haven't been doing an update or review recently, but I am going to do one now. While I'm eating, yes. Okay. Now, the anime, almost lost my food. Ow. Ow, I bit my cheek. Now, the anime we're doing now, sorry, let's see, where is it? Hey. The last episode, we did Howl's Moving Castle. What I'm gonna do is I think there's probably more than one season, but I don't think they did the English. No, I think they probably did the English dub for this one too. Sorry, I'm hungry. Okay. There we go. Now, before I get my mouth full of ice cream, the anime I'm going to be talking about now, I know it's day Sunday, why am I doing a review now? Because I can, I'm bored as hell. It's called Haré+Guu. Well, I think the Japanese term, it says Haré+Guu. I don't know the difference, but I've seen this anime actually back in middle school, my last year of middle school. It's hilarious. I can't remember who the English dub for the two main characters, so I can't remember the name, but I love them. Now, Haré+Guu it was made by Shinei Animation. It was released back in 2001, so I think when I was starting elementary school. It's ranked 4 out of 5 stars fully, and it's actually ranked number 815, so it's pretty good. It's a comedy. For what age group, I don't know, because I watched it in middle school and I loved it. No. Now here's the summary is not that long to talk about. Hare and his mother, Weta, they live peacefully in the jungle. Almost like George in the Jungle, no. But until one day, Hare the boy is, overtaken by a, how do you describe her? Well, at first it's an omnipotent shadow, and later he awakens to find this girl named Guu, who is a strange girl with even stranger abilities. Notably, the ability to switch from a cute, lovable, cute, really adorable Guu to a menacing delinquent who eats almost anything. But now Hare must live with Guu and lead a normal life despite her oddities. It's hilarious. But to me, it sounds like Hare is voiced by a girl, but it's hilarious. I'm trying to remember who the director is. Now Jungle, the first manga was released back in 1996, so a year after I was born. It has a total of 10 volumes, and the other manga, which was released in 2003, Hare+Guu, also at 10 volumes. It was released in 2003 and ended fully at 2009. And there's not a synopsis to it, though, for either of them. Now, the characters I'm going to tell you about, because I've seen the whole anime, and I love every second of it. Now characters, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It is voiced by a guy. My bad. The girl, Guu, is voiced by Jennifer, Seguchi. Yeah, Sekiguchi, I guess. I don't know. And Hare is voiced by Alex Simon. I don't know them. I'm gonna see if I actually know some of them. Do I actually know? I actually want to see if I actually know some of these people. Julian Taylor sounds familiar. I don't know why. David Kiefer, you sound familiar as well. No. Okay, so I don't know many of them. I actually don't know. But now the secondary characters, there's a lot of minor characters in the anime. By a lot, I mean majority of the other characters are. Now, besides Hare+Guu, there's the butler also, who has the creepy eyes. Then there's the maid, Belle. And now I would suggest this is probably PG-13, kinda, because the doctor or nurse or something is a pervert. A huge pervert. So, please be warned. Again, spoiler warning. Then there's Dr. Clive. I'm not gonna spill, but Dr. Clive and Hare and Weta have a really close relationship. At least that's what I heard. Then there's Marie, whose crush is on Hare, at least I can tell. Then there's Teposte, and then there's Weta, who is Hare's mom. Surprise. And the voices for these people, starting from Aso, is Sam Riegel, Melody M. Spevek as Belle. It's crazy. Liam O'Brien as Clive. Sandy Fox as Mary. Mary, I'm sorry, I don't know. I think, no, they didn't call her Amy. I'm sorry. Yeah, Marie. Yeah, that's how I said. And Duncan McNeil as Taposte. And Wendy Lee as Weta. She's a funny character. And to the minors characters, there's Addie, and Chet, who is voiced by Michelle Ruff and Kevin Hatcher. Then there's Dama, who's that crazy fortune teller lady and hairstylist, voiced by Jessica Gee. Ralph Gibson as Gupta. Sorry. Hiroko Yamada, or Miss Yamada, is voiced by Julianne Taylor. She sounds familiar, I don't know why. Shawan Smith voices Leia. You don't really have much of Leia, though. Ravenna is voiced by Mia Bradley. Tina Dixon voices Rebecca, who is Weta's friend. Reggie, the teacher, or lazy sleepyhead, voiced by Ron Allen. Robert, voiced by David Kiefer, who is Robert's the bodyguard. A lousy one, kinda. Sagan, you don't really hear much of him. Voiced by Tony Aller. Seiichi Tachibana, one of Guu's characters in our head, is voiced by Stevie Cannon. Sharon, Weta's mom, sorry, I gave it away a little bit, sorry. I'm not going to do every backstory, though. Is voiced by Barbara Goodson. And Tomoyo Mamo is another character in Guu's head, literally, is voiced by, again, Shauna Smith. So Shauna Smith voiced two characters, I guess, in a way. Leia and Tomoyo. Not Tomoyo from Cardcaptor, a different Tomoyo. I'm gonna say Uki. I don't know, I can't remember how they say his name. Iker, I can't remember how you say his name. I don't know. Is voiced by Anthony Robert, and the village chief, or I guess village elder in a way, is voiced by Michael McConaughey. I remember him from somewhere, I don't know why. It sounds familiar. So that's those characters. So not a lot of characters. I probably think there's more, but I can't really remember. Can't scroll. I can't remember the staff. Let me see. The character designer is by Hiroshi Kukimiya. The director is by, the anime is directed by, Tsutomu, Mizushita, or Mizushima. I think it's Mizushima. The music is directed by Akifumi Tada, and then the original manga creator is actually Renjiro Kindachi. So yeah. Let's get into the reviews, shall we? Now, I guess some of them, now again, I'm reading these views based on their opinions, and kind of, some of them will agree with my own. Now, is this anime the best? Probably not, but again, so, some of these are also old reviews. Let me see. Okay, so, I'm actually kind of agreeing with giving this a 9.5 out of 10. Now, there's why. Hold on, let me get a sip-sippy. I almost just spilled my drink in my mouth. Now, this person's review, the person is Kieran, and this person posted it on around 09, on October 1st, I think. Now again, so story-wise, now I've seen my share of terrible anime shows that suffer the wrath of our reviews. Now, I rewatched and then I rewatched one of my favorite animes, Hare+Guu. People seem to enjoy, now, I think you guys are sort of enjoying my ranting. Sorry, I heard my dog. Now, story here. This guy, Hare, he lives in a jungle. This guy meets a girl who can swallow almost anything and let it live in her stomach. Girl causes no end of misfortune for this said guy. With a crazy overall plot, there is so much more characteristic depth to this bizarre comedy. The underlying story of Hare, I don't know why they said Hare, Hare, it's Hare. His relationship with his lovable drunk hound mom, Weta, and their whole reason for living in the jungle is pretty episodic and actually quite touching, especially now with the introduction of an unlikely father figure. I'll just tell you it starts with a C. Yes, okay, like I said, this is a spoiler. If you haven't seen it, click the X out of this box right now. Please, just click it. I don't want to ruin this for y'all. But, yeah, so now, like a new parent and family, this relationship is handled with kid gloves and disguised with numerous laughs. However, there is a carefully presented moral tale that permeates regardless of the slapstick surrounding it. Much of the humor now relies on Hare's worrisome and laughable monologues that apparently only Guu can hear. Her subsequent deadpan reactions further worsen the situation and apply delicious comedy icing to this tasty situation or humorous cake. If you think of it as a cake. And I got a glitch thing up here. Sorry, I watched a credit song. That came down. Sorry. Now, despite her pretense of like naivety, there is a hint of mischief that gives the impression that she knows exactly what she's doing, but just acts like she doesn't. And this dark comedy, like, perverts, I guess, in a way, that's what I'm thinking. Every episode of the series, never failing to make the viewer laugh out. I'm sorry. I remember one of the episodes. Okay, there's one episode that never made sense, but it was hilarious. It's when Guu, if you haven't seen this episode, I can't remember the name of it, or what number it was, but when Guu's head got, like, she sticks her head in the water, Hare's just sitting here all calm and chillax fishing. And it's like a few minutes later, and she still has her head underwater, and Hare's freaking out because he thinks she's drowning. And then he tries to shake Guu up, and she just pops up, like, you scared them away? With the serious expression on her face. And then she just pours out all this fish and ocean stuff that goes down the stream. And then out comes, Miss Yamada out of the whale's stomach. And she just swallows her back up. It's like, you want me to swallow them all back up? Okay. Oh, I miss that show. I miss it. Okay, so back to this review before I cracked up again. It's never failing to make the viewer laugh out loud, especially from Guu's acquisition of the village chief's chest rug to make an afro wig. To her consumption and subsequent regurgitation of the entire class, sarcasm drips from Hare and Guu, like, what's the one? Like jam, like, that was freshly coming from this, like, squeezed Amanda. This makes it more difficult, to review the story part of an episodic show where any like the semblance of the plot is constantly changing and evolving. All I can say is this presentation suits the story down to the ground. It gives the feel of like a day by day roundup of the life of Hare, giving more reason to empathize with this pathetic character. And the ability to pick up Haré+Guu episode at a time makes for like an extremely easy watching, although the addictive humor means you run the risk of an obsessive marathon. Now the tricky part here for animation. This is the weakest point of the show, but it's also one of its strengths. The bold simplicity of the artwork does nothing to detract from the non-stop humor being fed to the viewer, like, interspersely. The artists are able to take great liberties with the characters' expressions and give them highly amusing, caricatures, I guess, in a way, to fit the current joke. For example, one scene sees Waji teaching Guu. Oh God, I still remember. Waji teaches Guu to laugh, and yes. I remember that scene, and the insane girl's head vibrates on static shoulders with her distinctive frown still ingrained in place. That's another one I love. Oh God. Making full use of the color spectrum, vivid oranges and reds are splashed like all over a leafy green background, and questionable costumes are drenched in like striking yellows and pinks. Although not the best looking visuals by like any stretch, it fits the show perfectly, giving a cutesy childlike feel to the show with some dark adult humor. Sound-wise, I like what this person just said. An amigo whose dazzling posture is much dangerous to children. Perfectly stated there. Echoing the childish charm of the show, the music is catchy, and the lyrics non-sequentially. There's a word I'm using, but I can't remember how you said it. In a way, it's in a good way, of course. Bearing on a perfect score for the audio. The opening and ending tracks for every season of Haré+Guu are outstanding, not just the first 26 episodes. I've lost count of the number of times I have been told to stop humming the various soul-permeating jingles and boggling along without even realizing it. Also, listen out for the theme of Guu's hijinks. Just hearing a few notes of the bizarre tune had me laughing at some highly inopportune moments. The Japanese seiyuu are superb, from the sexy tones of the Milfa Ueda to Guu's robotic complex mannerisms. The native tongue fits the personalities perfectly. If only the same could be said for Funimation's just best iterations of the characters' folk spirits. Hare is turned into a whiny brat. His mother transforms from an alcoholic babe into a nasal-sounding fruitcake. If you had the misfortune of seeing the show dub, please give it a second chance with the original soundtrack. Although at times I don't mind it, it's kind of funny still. And now characters, most of the standout comedy moments come from the straight-faced, pan-faced Guu and her torment to poor Hare. Her dark humor is what makes the series so funny and attractive. The constant barrage of new and attentive ways to terrorize her poor victims are frequently laugh-out-loud funny. Although the origins of this bizarre pink-haired girl remain still a mystery, this also adds to the love-hate charm of the character. Is she an alien or a freakish science experiment? What is going on in her stomach or her head? frequently playing naive and innocent, she certainly understands a lot more than she lets on. Much to the chagrin of Hare and delight to the viewers. Luckily, around 90% of the episodes focus mainly on the protagonists, whilst the supporting cast are exactly that, occasionally used to prop up the main comedy storyline. Extremely diverse, each phase adds his or her own personality and their own dimension to the off-the-wall humor. Like from Dr. Clive's dry perversion to the romantic implications between the instant Mari and again, spoiler, until she's transformed into Buxman Babe by Goo, and Hare. Each character is treated to screen time in which to shine, then fading into the background before he or she can become stagnant and boring. And now, to end this off, overall, close to animated perfection to me, technically. I quite simply adore Haré+Guu. To be blunt, it's stupid, it's silly, and it's just plain damn funny. Victims of, now again, this will probably make people victims to my recommendation to this, but I think you probably would agree that with this one, like sharing the jokes and the numerous screenshots with anyone who would look or listen. As Gru grows on you, like, Choji's chest hair, and makes you laugh like a retarded Waji, I'm surprised there are not more people, like, championing this series' universal appeal. Especially, this is like a very special dance reserved only for the musical legend Aswad, or I guess it's by Urban Dictionary. I really love this anime. It's just so damn funny. So if you definitely like comedy and adult humor, definitely check this one out. I have always loved it. Also, check out Pepsi Cola. Delicious. So that's it for tonight. I probably should go to bed. It's probably past... Yeah, it's way past 3 in the morning, and my mom's gonna kill me if she sees me up again this late. Anyway, your girl Flaherty here, and with some Pepsi Cola. Yeah. Looking like a vampire. Yay. I'm out. See you later.